Hello and welcome back to our Let's Play of Kenshi. This is going to be episode 13. So without further ado, I did a few things off camera. First off, everybody healed up, which took like a day. And then we did a little bit of strength training with Mew and Hamut and Dr. Chung. So this was accomplished with a very similar system to what we used in Mongrel. Because there are a couple piles of, well, I'll show you in a second. Couple piles of copper sitting around here next to our outpost. So we just basically built a copper holding area that the pile storage. There we go, that's the word for it. And we're using that to basically automate strength training. So Mew's up at 16 strength now, Hamut's up at 26, and Dr. Chung's at 19. Not great, not bad, it'll work for now. We're also carrying a bunch of bodies, mostly as a result of said strength training. Anyway, there were a couple raids that happened at the same time, so we've got a lot of loot that we need to sell off with most of our people. And I also did a little bit of organizing and decided on different weapon types, I guess, for certain people. So specifically, I'm thinking I'm going to try to make Foot into a martial artist. He's already got the assassin regs. Why not? I mean, I guess he is pretty good with katana and the crossbow already. But I don't know, I thought it'd be more fun to have him be a martial artist. Martial artists are a little bit overpowered in Kenshi as long as they're fighting in groups, or as long as they have other people to take the heat off, because if they get surrounded, they lose. Similarly, I decided Miu is going to be our crossbow lady, because, I don't know, I feel like it's going to fit better as far as her lore, since she's like a farmer and a laborer and not a fighter. I figured if she becomes the crossbow lady, then, she doesn't have to be up close and fighting. Hamut's going to become one of our saber tanks, so I gave him a horse chopper, because we don't have a hold saber for him. Dr. Chung is going to be a hacker specialist, because he already technically started off as a bit of a hacker specialist when we found him. I just kind of gave him a saber because we had a better saber. But I figured, you know what, we're just going to keep that hacker specialty. He's going to be our armor killer. Sad Neil, of course, heavy weapons. Crumble John's going to be our other hacker specialist, which I may change later on. I'm not certain. But, I mean, he was basically just a random katana guy. Ruka's going to be another heavy weapons specialist. Beep is going to be our katana guy. And Hand is going to be one of our saber tanks. We don't have a blunt or polearms people yet. I think I might try to make Dr. Chung or probably Dr. Chung into a polearm specialist. I'm not sure about that. Actually, I'm thinking I'm gonna make Crumble John a polearm specialist because he's old. He needs the distance. Whereas Dr. Chung is a doctor. He's a surgeon, hackers, yeah, whatever. That leaves me short on blunt, but that's for the future. Anyway, so the first things first, we need to finish our smuggling run from before. I'm also gonna drop all of these random bodies that we're carrying because we don't need them. Speaking of making Crumble John a polearm specialist, let's give him a polearm. I mean, it's just a staff. It's a very bad polearm, but it's practice. That's about it for now. We will try to find better polearms for him as soon as possible, whenever that happens. But that's not now. As far as boots, I was just wondering. Okay, yeah, nobody else really needs wooden shoes except for Dr. Chung, Hamut, and Mew, because everybody else has some fairly reasonable athletic skill. All right. So, probably could have had people keep carrying those bodies for strength training. Oh well. We are being... have a skimmer. Let's go hunt that skimmer. Seems like fun. Foot's gonna test out his punching abilities. Or maybe not, because there are a lot of other people. I like how Beep and Foot are just having a conversation mid-battle. This is a dialogue I'm fairly certain you guys have seen already, actually. Yeah, Foot didn't even get to throw a single punch. Oh well. Okay, so there are now two conversations going on. So that's Sad Neil. Sad Neil is talking about the eye. I think I mentioned the eye multiple times. That's the eye over there, I think. So remember the Venge has their little laser beam weather? So that comes from a satellite that is active but uncontrolled. And the other satellite is over here. It's the eye. And this one already crashed. So it's not really no longer a threat. But that's partly why the Venge is a blasted hellscape during the day. It's just constantly getting lasered by an uncontrolled destructo beam. We'll probably run into that uncontrolled destructo beam at some point. As a matter of fact, guaranteed we will. Possibly, like, within the next few episodes, because we might actually be capable of storming the Tower of Abuse. Which is, worst case, reasonable training. Alright, anyway, we need to keep going to Hang, because we want to go to their Shinobi Thieves Tower and sell all of our drugs. Why did you guys just randomly turn around? That's weird. These are grass pirates. Do we want to fight grass pirates? Not really. They have cleavers, though, which we may want. Any hold sabers? I'm not seeing any hold sabers. And none of their weapons look to be particularly high quality, so let's just skip them. Can we outrun them? 17. And we are running 19 because of Sad Neil. Yeah, we can outrun them. So let's just do that. I guess part of me is kind of tempted to get the, Nah. I think Assassin's Regs end up being... Oh. Those are bonedogs. We can outrun them as well. They may hurt, though. Yeah, we're better off outrunning them. Smell law farmers. Any of these guys have bounties? Ooh, crossbow. Outlaw swordsman, outlaw farmer, outlaw farmer. Nope, no bounties. Let's just avoid these guys as well. Even though it is basically free combat practice. Alright, so now that we are approaching Hang... Let's see here. We are going to do this pro-level move, which prevents us from having to deal with our stuff getting searched. Basically, oh, this guy's got a bounty. Both of those guys have bounties. Let's do this fight. Oof. Foot is getting beaten on. Come on, throw a punch. Yeah. So is Crumble John. Wow. We are all getting beaten on. Oh well. Miyu's got her crossbows. And I'm gonna have to have Foot put his backpack back on to steal all those meat and teeth remains. Hey, that was an effective swing from Foot. And another effective swing. Nice. Bye-bye, Outlaw Farmer. Yeah, now Crumble John's putting in some work. Nice. Alright, Foot, you put that back on, and go grab meat and teeth from these bone dogs before they get back up. Next, we want Crumble John to have a slightly better beaten stick. This is a slightly better beaten stick. We're gonna switch those because he used a top weapon. Did we? No. I thought he had an armor plate to take as well. This guy has an armor plate to take. And a saber. Reasonably good loot. Bad beaten stick. That guy's unconscious. That guy's unconscious. Yeah, this guy's got a bounty. So, pick up. He's not... Well, he's gonna die soonish, but not immediately. Hamut. You grab this guy. Pick up. Foot. You... I'm gonna have you grab some medical supplies. Put your backpack away again. And... hand some medical supplies over to Dr. Chung. Dr. Chung is set to be a medic. Yes. Excellent. Alright. I'm gonna give some stuff to hand as well. And that is Hamut getting fixed up. How's Sad Neil looking? Lightly injured. He's fine, more or less. Alright, now we can heal up these farmers, get a little bit of a healing experience. Let's make sure bounties stay alive, because dead bounties are only worth half price. That's why I always heal up bounties. Just to make sure they stay alive. Alright, now let's go to hang. Wow, we are suddenly moving really slow because of... who is crippled? I guess Foot is currently our slowest character. That's kind of sad. Alright, whatever. Yeah, I guess all of his splint kits are in his bag. So he has to deal with that. Okay. So actually, one thing I want to read over is Dr. Chung's noble dialogue, because I don't think I've ever had that one before. Yeah. They just basically complain about the nobles, which is to be expected. The nobles are kind of unpleasant people in the United Cities. We'll probably end up beating up some nobles at some point. As a matter of fact, guaranteed we will. Because that's how you get some very nice weapons. By beating up nobles. They're not the nobles themselves are not particularly skilled fighters, which is why they're fairly simple to beat up, more or less. But they do have bodyguards, which are quite skilled fighters. And look at that, that's a noble house. There's a noble in there, most likely. And their bodyguards are problematic. However, their bodyguards, when you can beat them up, are actually a very good source of late game armor. So, that's good stuff. Thief boss. We are already part of the Shinobi Thieves. Alright, so there's only one person or one group of people that you can sell drugs to. And that is going to be the thief fences that are actually in the thieves' towers. So there are thief fences in random bars usually. However, if you try to sell to them, they will call the guards and call you a smuggler, which is kind of odd, but oh well. So be careful. Make sure you sell to the shinobi traders, not the guild fences, not the shinobi fences. Okay. Da-da-da. Yeah. Anyway, they've got some interesting dialogue, I guess. It's not that interesting. Now we're going to need those backpacks as well. Alright, anyway, so let's sell all of our drugs, or as much drugs as we can. Then let's start buying backpacks. Buy a big backpack for Hand, I guess. Little backpack for Ruka and Crumblejohn. Now you want to avoid selling to these guys because everything that you sell has a 50% price penalty. However, buying from them has the same 50% price penalty. So you can definitely get some stuff for cheap. And I guess they can't buy all of our hashish. Alright, do we want... I kind of do want that Mark III Ninja Blade, and that Mark III Katana also looks very nice. For... not unreasonable, but not great income. You know, let's see here. We're definitely going to get that katana for beep at least. Yes. Which means that we can sell the rest of this stuff. And yeah, I think that's going to be everything. That's Katoon 2. Which makes it, I believe, slightly better. 0.73 for this Wakizashi. 0.72. Nope, Katoon 1 Wakizashi is better than Katoon 2 Ninja Blade. Do we have... Oh, some of those Cloud Ninjas that I beat up off camera had some nicer weapons. So, hence why almost everybody has a Katoon 2 and above. Ninja Blade. I also had a pair of Katoon 3s. Those were really shiny. Actually, I think you guys saw me get the Katoon 3s. Yeah, anyway. So we're not actually going to sell anything else to this guy because nothing else that we have is illegal. And can be sold at full price. Alright, next, I kind of want to find a heavy polearm for Crumblejohn because the basic beaten stick that he's got right now, the staff, is good. Like, it's not bad, but it's also not great. Heavy polearms are generally significantly better than that. Not Najinatas, not very good. Although they're good against animals, that's about it. Better beaten stick. Nope. They don't have any heavy polearms, which is kind of sad. They do have literal beaten sticks in the form of these Jeets, but oh well. I think in general I should probably just start improving the weaponry that we use. Because we do have a sizable amount of cash just kind of on hand. So, why not spend it? Let's do that after we sell all this stuff, though. Whoa, is that a high grade? That was a high grade. Better question is, do we need the high grade? I don't believe we do. Yeah, everybody else has high grade and above gear anyway. Refitted blade, refitted blade. Well, I don't know. These mercenary plates, 2132.80 versus 1626.50. That's way better. 2239.95. But this has terrible coverage. I think I might get rid of this holy chest plate for hand. Especially, no, because hand's going to be one of our saber tanks. She needs heavy armor. Yeah. As far as backpacks go, yeah, sell this. I'm actually going to have, I think, Ruka carry the big backpack. Excellent. Just because Ruka's got strength. I mean, Sad Neil's also probably not a bad choice, but oh well. Anyway, as far as improving our weaponry, we could use... Ooh. That's a nice ringed saber. I'm not actually going to use it because I think hold sabers are better off because they're higher defense. Ringed saber just has slightly less of an attack malice and a slightly smaller defense bonus. You know, I think that might be worthwhile, getting a better plank. However, actually, Ruka is just strong enough to use a Katoon 1 plank. So I'm going to get her a Katoon 1 plank. Yeah, one of the reasons you want to have at least one regular Thieves backpack that's not a small Thieves backpack is because it can fit full-size weapons. Alright, Dr. Chung, I'm going to give you a better cleaver. Significantly better cleaver. Long cleaver. Long cleavers are basically polearms in terms of reach, so they are very useful. I'm kind of tempted to get an Odachi for Beep. That would be quite nice. Mark III. Mark III is pretty good. Although, then I guess I'm really approaching edge quality at this point. I'm going to give Beep the Mark III Nodachi. Even though I just got him a Mark III katana, didn't I? We'll pass that to somebody else. Oh, that's a regular polearm. Where would I go to get heavy polearms? Probably have to run all the way to Black Desert City to get quality heavy polearms. I could just give Crumblejohn a regular polearm for now. But that... oh well. As far as sabers, I do kind of want to switch to Desert Sabers eventually because they have the basically the best modifiers. I mean, look at that. They're great against animals. They are also have a defense bonus. They don't have any attack malice. So Desert Sabers are probably the best saber for a saber tank. Although that hold saber is also +6 defense. Quite nice. Sad Neil isn't strong enough to use a bigger weapon yet, so he just needs to keep training. Moot, you will stay saber tank. Mew, you've got your high-grade crossbow, which we found a high-grade crossbow. Slight improvement. Yeah, I think that's going to be it for buying weapons. Everything else we're going to have to go and find in a different town. Something like Black Desert City. Or possibly just find some armor. I don't know. That's we might try to focus on armor access more so than weapon access. We could do with some food, especially Dr. Chung. He's getting hungry. So let's go to the bar and buy some food. Now this is something that I don't think I've actually said. But food that's in backpacks is automatically shared with your squad. So, good stuff. Oh, by the way, these are little bounties that we can use. So, Gorillo's far away, but he's got an exile plank, which I believe is the best plank in the game. So he's of interest. Razor, we already saw Razor. He's hanging out in Black Desert City. He, I guess, attacked a noble Blue eyes. I'm not sure. I think Blue Eyes is an anti-slaver. Old Gray is an anti-slaver, yeah. And Big Bow is also an anti-slaver. Actually, I think Big Bow is going to end up being one of our recruits further down the line. Hey, look, slaver caravans. All right. Anyway, let's try out our new shiny weapons and armor, which actually I think is best achieved by heading towards Bast, an area called Bast. So, oh, speaking of shiny new weapons and armor to try out. So Bast is basically a battlefield between the Holy Nation and the United Cities, which means it's a reasonably good place for looting. Possibly a very good source of additional what you call it, hackers, because where are you going, Mew? Mew is off aiming at something. Stop trying to aim at something. Ah, well, I'm not gonna loot that guy. Too lazy. So, another Bast is over here. Basically, this little screaming bunny area. We're gonna want to head up there anyway. It's gonna be, there's some interesting stuff up there, including a lot of cannibals. So, let's start heading in that general direction for now. Especially since we've got our backpacks, so we can actually carry some loot, which is going to be helpful. There's also a couple more United Cities towns along the way that we'll probably discover. And potentially some slave markets that we can, well, not entirely liberate, because that's going to require being able to kill noble guards, which we cannot yet do. But definitely can liberate some slaves out of there. Potential recruits. I don't know if I want to keep recruited slaves, because we've already got 9 people. But, you know, it's something. It's a possibility. But for now, we'll just kind of run around in the Great Desert. There are, by the way, a bunch of free recruits over here in Tengu's Vault. That's where most of the recruits for the United Cities are. But to actually free them, we need to do some significant damage. Whoa. Really? There's a hive caravan here. Alright. First off, not interested. Don't have that much money. Not enough money. Going. Don't draw your sword, because otherwise they will attack. Yeah, I'm not really worried about the mists here. Let's see here. What do they have that's interesting? Absolutely nothing. Alright, whatever. Let's keep going. Yeah, you guys have seen that dialogue, I'm pretty sure. The one where Ruka doesn't like singing. And deserts are probably very boring places. Ooh, what are these? Starving vagrants. They're like, ooh, Stoat. Stoat is another United Cities town. So, we could stop by there. I don't know if they actually have anything worthwhile. But it is kind of close to the whole Bast area. So, might as well see what they have. Bakery, police station, noble house. Of course, they've got a noble house. Oh, we could buy that house. That's a big house, too. Mechanical shop, general shop, ranger shop, barracks. They have a weapon. They do have a weapon shop. Let's see if they've got anything interesting. Specifically, if they've got a heavy pole arm for sale of reasonable quality. And that looks like a negative. Okay. back to Bast. Back to our travels, I guess, actually. Alright. Why are you guys zigzagging around? Ooh, hello. Are you manhunters? They are manhunters. Okay. So manhunters are basically low-level slavers. And I'm thinking we could probably take these guys. Let's see here. We don't quite outnumber them. Actually, we don't quite outskill them either. Let's see if they attack us. If they do, we'll attack them back. If they don't, yeah, they are going to attack us. Manhunters are kind of obnoxious. They just randomly attack you and claim that you're a slave when you aren't, even if you were. They'll just say you're a slave, whatever. Oh, come on. This guy is doing way too... Well, as you can see, Mew's definitely practicing her precision shooting. She just sniped Sad Neil. Oof. Crumblejohn got nailed. And she sniped Sad Neil again. Good thing Sad Neil's got some armor on. Or some reasonably good armor. Come on, take out the Manhunter. Nice. Yeah, they are coming. Okay. What I didn't really think about was the fact that we are already injured. Oh, come on. See? So, since we are already injured, we should probably avoid further combat. Although I'm pretty sure they can run just as fast as we can. Sad Neil's running at 20 miles an hour. Nope, we slightly outrun them. Just gonna leave them alone for now. Beat up a Manhunter. Ooh. What is this? That is some outlaw farmers. And one of them's got a bounty. You know what? Let's head this way. While we learn about Crumblejohn's wife. Crumblejohn's got an open relationship with his wife. Yeah, and Dr. Chung's talking about his old medical skills. So I'm guessing those guys got beaten up by the sand skimmer over there. Thankfully, we can reliably beat up a sand skimmer. So, oh well. Which one of these guys had the bounty? This guy. Foot, pick this guy up. Do we actually need anything else? Not really. Alright. Well, yay desert, and yay beating up the occasional manhunter. I'm probably gonna head back to Stoat just to turn in that bounty, and didn't quite make it all the way to Bast yet, so I think that's gonna end up being, whoops, why did, that was not the plan. Grab him, there we go. So that's probably going to be next episode, is going to be our Screaming Bunny area exploration. But that's for next time, so we just finished up our smuggling, I guess. Got some backpacks. So, like, share, subscribe, do all those fun YouTube things, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!